Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through my tips from round 8, reviewing what was another terrible week in which I slipped roughly about 900 ranks back with a 4 out of 9. I got the opening tip wrong and it just spiraled out of control. I got the opening tip wrong by 51 points as well, blowing out my margin. So yeah, I just am falling massively away on the crowd now, as I am 14 tips back on the leader and yeah, 13 tips back on second place. And still about 10 tips back on top 10, which has just been a horrific year for me for tipping. But anyway, let's just run through this and run through it quickly, get through it. But yeah, Carlton versus Western Bulldogs. I had Carlton by 18. I thought that was a pretty good tip at the time. I thought they were pretty favoured against Western Bulldogs, who hadn't kicked a goal in October to that point. And Western Bulldogs come out and kick 9 goals 7. Their highest score in a while, from what I can remember. It might be legitimately their highest score in 2 or 3 years. So yeah, they just came out and blew Carlton's socks off effectively. It was so fun to see. And yeah, massive respect to Western Bulldogs for doing that. And then now in 13th, ahead of Sydney, who Western Bulldogs at the start of the year didn't really look like they were going to win a game, and now they're ahead of Sydney, which sort of shows how many games Sydney have blown. I think Sydney have lost maybe 4 or 5 games by less than a goal. I'd need to double check that, but I think that's what Sydney's at. But yeah, Carlton blew it, and now Carlton are looking at a really good draft pick now. Port Adelaide against St Kilda. What is St Kilda doing? St Kilda are blowing a chance at a top 8 finish. To be honest with you, they had it right in their hands, and now they're pretty much cooked. And Port Adelaide look like they're going to get there. Port Adelaide look like they could. I don't think they will, because the percentages will come into play here. But they could finish with the home final here. That's how good they're looking. So yeah, I'm really happy about them, because yeah, they definitely struggled for the first couple of years, I think, of their exception, and it's really good to see both them and Hawks now really pushing up the table and really showing that they can do it. Hawthorn, they are the funnest team to watch, and if Gilroy isn't All-Australian, I will be absolutely shocked. She is an absolutely amazing player, and they weathered the storm. GWS threw a couple of jabs at them, but Hawthorn in the second quarter threw some jabs back, when in the third and fourth they went for the right-left combo and just knocked the teeth out of GWS. And so yeah, just recapping quickly, I had St Kilda by 12, they lost by 15, that's 27 points off. Then I had Hawthorn by 42, they won by 37, I was 5 points off there. Then I went for Sydney, my beloved Swans, and this looked like a really good tip with 50 odd seconds to go, or whatever it was. Until Gold Coast through Dupoy kicked goal. Sydney just rude missing chances. I think they kicked 6 goals, 10 to 7 goals, 8, I think it was. Yep, they just stuffed it, which it is what it is. But yeah, they'll rue those missed chances. So yeah, they lost by 4 points. I had them by 12. That's a 16-point swing. Then I had Richmond by 15. They lost by 13. That's a 28-point swing. Melbourne look the goods at the moment. They've got their midfield brigade back. Then I had Freo in this game. By 26 points, they won by 23. That's a really good tip there. They look really good as well. Geelong, what in the world are they doing? Are they trying to hand Sydney a better pick? Like, legitimately, I mean, they were ahead of them anyway. But they were just trying to confirm that Sydney are going to finish in the bottom 4 and get a really good draft pick. Like, thanks, I guess. Thanks for giving us a better draft pick. But why are you doing it against Brisbane exactly? Brisbane also, that was probably their big chance, their big break with 2 to go to play a home final in the first week. It doesn't look likely now that they're going to do that, given they're 4 points behind Hawthorn. I mean, who do Hawthorn have this week? Hawthorn have Melbourne. That'll be a tough game. But I think they can get the job done there. And then Hawthorn have Richmond. That's another tough-ish game. But I think they have a chance. They have a legitimate chance to win both of those games. But also it would mean Brisbane have to do something kind of crazy in the last couple games of the year. But they've got Sydney, which they'll smoke us. And then they've got, who do they have in the next week? I've just skipped over them. They've got St Kilda. So I don't see them making up that percentage there, to be honest with you. They don't have who's in last place? Collingwood to play. But yeah, so I'm really thinking that they finish third here, or fourth. They finish probably fourth, and they're struggling. I think Adelaide probably finishes second, and Hawthorn third, to be honest. And then Brisbane fourth. Then Brisbane probably have to go through the losers, sort of these losers of the qualifiers to get through to the grand final. Essendon against the Kangas. I had North by 35. They ended up winning by 51. And then I had Adelaide by 40. They won by 43. So a couple of tips within a goal is pretty good. But yeah, as you can see, my rank blew out a little bit because I didn't get some of the other games right. Hawthorn against Melbourne. I'm going to go with the Hawkball at the moment by 15 points. I just really like the way they're playing and wish I could actually catch this game, but I won't be able to. Then you have Adelaide against Kangas. I think the Kangas honestly win this at the moment, but I think this one is going to be the closest game for North this year. I'm going to go North by 12 points. I think they beat Adelaide, which could actually see Adelaide drop to fourth now thinking about it. I don't think they'll drop below Richmond just because of their massive percentage. But yeah, Adelaide, Brisbane probably finished third actually thinking about it. And Hawthorn probably lock up top two now thinking about it, given this game here, and they go to 9-1. Adelaide go to 7-3. So yeah, Hawks are probably actually top two, given, and completely disregard what I said 2 minutes ago. GWS against Freo. I don't think people have done their tips. Freo are going to win this game, I think, by 38 points. I think GWS really do struggle to play full 4 quarters. Gold Coast against Port. Clearly, some people are just forgetting to do their tips. Port are going to win this game, I believe. I know Gold Coast won last week, but I think Port are generally just playing really well. And if Schultz is playing, she'll absolutely steamroll. She'll play really well. So I'm going to say Port win this one by 19 points. Then we go to Geelong versus against West Coast. I mean, if Geelong turn up like they were from about weeks 3 to like 6, then West Coast have a damn chance. And if West Coast turn up like they were playing from weeks 1 to 5, they'll win. But I just think Geelong are trying to save faith, I guess, a little bit in the last part of the season. Get up to sort of 5-1 maybe they could do. And that will save them a little bit. But I think Geelong win this by, 17 points. Essendon against Richmond. I think Richmond are just, better suited towards this game. I think Essendon, their mid-forward connection is a little bit lost, and I know they played North Melbourne, so it's really hard to tell, but I just think that they're a little bit lost at the moment, and I think Richmond got the shock that they need to their system. I think Richmond also need to really win this one just to solidify finals, and I know that Essendon are in 8th place, so they really do need to win it, but I think that there's more... I think Richmond are just going to be more suited to winning this one. So I'm going to go Richmond by 14 points. And then Western Bulldogs against St Kilda. Western Bulldogs against St Kilda. St Kilda's finals are basically cooked. And this would put... Melbourne would actually lose that. So wow, this would put actually thinking about this, St Kilda's finals aren't cooked if they win this game. They would be back in the finals hunt now thinking about it. I'm going to go St Kilda in this game. I know that Western Bulldogs just beat Carlton, so it'd be almost... wouldn't be as rogue to go Western Bulldogs, but I just think St Kilda really need to bounce back. And I think that Dal Santo is a more level-headed coach. I think he'd be able to spur that comeback. So I think I'm going to go St Kilda by 15. Collingwood against Carlton. I'm going to go Carlton in this game. I think that they bounce back, per se, a little bit more so. And Collingwood, they had a really stiff competition, but I'm going to go Carlton in this game by, 11 points. And then, Brisbane is going to win against the Swans by, 41 points. I think it's going to be an absolute mauling, to be honest with you. I don't think it will be close. Even if Laura Gardner plays, which she's a test to play, and also is Julie O'Sullivan, I just don't think they get over Brisbane, even with tagging the likes of Ali Anderson out of the game. But anyway, that is the video there going through all of the tips for round 9, and I will see you guys on probably Sunday, maybe Friday, maybe Sunday, depends when, for the game reviews to start round 9. So I'll see you guys then. Bye guys.